everyone, it's Dee from Waiparakuri Soaps, and today I'm just going to do a review of a cutter that I bought from a local craftsman. The business is called Gracious Graphics. As you can see, it's branding on the actual cutter itself. The gentleman who makes these is Bob. He's a retired graphics engineer, and he makes things like this soap cutter and cake toppers and what have you out of perspex and different materials, and he sells them on Trade Me New Zealand. So I've been looking for a wire cutter for a while now. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know that I made myself a wire cutter out of a coping saw with a bit of guitar wire, and basically I sort of like freehand cut, which, I mean, the wire cuts soap a lot better. However, trying to get the cut straight is a bit of an ask. I do better with a knife, although you get smearing with the knife, and the soap actually sticks to the blade. So it's made out of, it's on a wood base, and it's solid timber. I think it's, from memory, it's Malaysian wood, with the perspex bed, the side guide there. You've got your guitar tuner to tighten your wire. Now the arm is, although the perspex itself is quite thin, the arm itself is about 12mm wide, and it's actually 3 pieces of perspex joined together. The arm action works like that. It's very well put together, and it was a really good price. And you're looking at some of the cutters that in the US. I'm in New Zealand, as you know, and I love one of the multi-bar cutters, or even just one of their straight single bar cutters, but the price of shipping to New Zealand is actually more expensive than actually buying the cutter. So this is quite small. I won't be able to use it for my high top soaps, but Bob has designed what he calls the big ugly arm, which can just attach to this current cutter, which is a lot taller and wider. So I can actually be able to cut my high top soaps, ones with the piping and what have you, or the tall and skinnies. But for a standard soap, this is a good size. So I haven't used it yet, so I'll be using it later to cut up a loaf, and I'll give you a wee demo today. But I'm going to be cutting some bars in half as sample bars. So the back, the bottom has got these rubber runners, which gives a nice and grippy and a nice firm base in which it sits, and of course it keeps the bottom side of the screws and componentry off your work surface. We lift the arm up. He has a slide guide, so you can, let's get that in camera, shall we? A slide guide, so it's just loosen the screw off and it will slide to any size that you want, and if you can't get enough depth with it this way, you can turn it around so that the end block here is at this end, so you can cut flat wide soaps as well. So for 60 New Zealand dollars, I didn't pay delivery because I'm lucky enough to have Bob actually lives in my city, and we just went for a drive and picked it up. I thought it was a good deal, and even with buying the other arm so I can do my tool soaps, I mean that's only going to cost me $90 for a really nice soap cutter. So we're just going to see how it cuts. What I've done is this, with the soap that I'm cutting tonight, I made cakes, single cakes out of the leftovers, but what I want to do is I want to cut them in half and use them as samples. So I'm going to try that now. I'm not too sure how this is going to cut because it's got melt and pour and candies on the top. I've already set my block, so I think a little bit closer for you. So I've got it at the right size, and here goes. And just like that. The soap's still quite fresh, so it's still quite soft. But there we go. I don't think it did too badly. Let's get another cake here. So Bob's really keen to get any other ideas for other things that he could make for the soaping community. A lot of the stuff, like I said before, is he does cake toppers and things for the cake making community, and I'm just so pleased to meet him because I'm really keen to support other local craftspeople. To give them a helping hand too. That's one thing about the home crafting community is we like helping one another. And it's a really great community to be part of. So that's cutting quite nicely, because if I had to cut these with my knife I would have been smearing it everywhere. So I'm not being rewarded at all for this review at all. I happen to be a customer of Bob's, bought this recently, and I love it, and that's my honest review. So what I'll do is down below I'll put a link to Bob's Trade Me account, when you'll see all this stuff that he has for sale, and you can take a look for yourself.